Hey, what's up guys? Cole here from scoutsmarts.com, and in today's video we're talking about scouting mistakes. Specifically, what should you do in scouting to have the best time possible and earn Eagle? When I was a scout, I had to learn each of these lessons the hard way, and so did many of my fellow scouts. Not you though, because in this video I'm going to be giving you the 3 biggest mistakes in scouting that newer scouts make, just so that you can avoid them moving forward on your journey. Plus, I'll even be giving you some great tips to make your scouting experience more fun and enjoyable. So without further ado, let's dive in. Mistake number 1, not getting out of your comfort zone. First up, let's talk comfort zones. Scouting is all about trying new things and developing new skills. And while it can definitely be scary to try something new like public speaking or building a fire, don't let the fear of failure stop you from trying. Getting out of your comfort zone is truly one of the best aspects of scouting because it'll really help you to grow as a person. So here are a few great tips to help you get out of your comfort zone right now. First tip is just to start small. If you're nervous about trying something new, take some baby steps first. Your first step can be something as simple as teaching a skill to a new scout, or doing something that you're not really comfortable with but you're not super afraid of. Over time though, it's kind of like a muscle because you're going to feel more and more comfortable stepping out of that comfort zone little by little. Next up, support your fellow scouts. Personally, a big obstacle for me was the fear of being judged. What if I did something in front of the troop and I messed up and everyone laughed at me? I'd get so anxious with the thought. However, what I came to realize was that pretty much every one of my fellow scouts had that same fear. Everyone around you is afraid of messing up, but the thing is, you're all in it together and no one's really judging you nearly as hard as you're judging yourself. Once you recognize that, and you recognize that your fellow scouts have your back even if you do something silly, then you're able to support each other and really push your comfort zone together. Finally, the 5-second rule. What's that? The 5-second rule is something that I still use to this day because it's that powerful. Whenever I'm hesitating to do something that I know I'd regret not trying but I'm scared to do, I start counting down in my head from 5. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, I make it a point to always take that action no matter how uncomfortable. Now, it doesn't happen every single time, but it's sort of like a muscle that you build, where if you are constantly doing things when you get down to 1, it's much easier to take action even when you're facing that kind of resistance. So whether it's something for me like jumping into cold water or speaking up in front of some people, I always count down in my head, and on that 1, I tell myself, you just gotta do it. You gotta take the leap. And more often than not, I do. So give it a try next time you're feeling nervous. Count down from 5 to 1, take action, and then make it a point to keep doing that. And you're gonna find that it's much easier to take action whenever you repeat that habit moving forward. And there you have it. These are 3 tips to get out of your comfort zone in scouting and to just have an even better time. Now it's time for mistake number 2, not prioritizing advancement. The second mistake I saw a lot of scouts making was not moving forward on their path to Eagle. The path through scouting is a long one, and many scouts make the mistake of either waiting too long to get started or not being consistent with their progress. This is a huge mistake, as not only could you fail to reach Eagle before the 18th birthday cutoff, which is pretty tight, you could also get passed by your fellow scouts, which can feel super discouraging, especially if you're wanting to make progress later on. I've seen firsthand that I've had some scout buddies who haven't really prioritized their advancement, and all of a sudden, myself and the scouts that we joined with were life scouts or star scouts, and the scout that didn't make progress was a first class, and they really wanted to catch up, but it was so hard and they had to put in the extra work, and thankfully they did. But you could avoid that stress just by putting a little bit of time into advancement each and every week. So with that being said, here are a couple great tips to help you to more easily advance in scouting. Tip number 1 is to set goals. Take some time to map out your rank advancement plan and make it a point to set milestones that you know you're going to hit. This will actually help you to stay focused and motivated for the long haul by knowing what point you're trying to reach every single time and breaking your larger goal of earning Eagle down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Actually made a quick timeline with milestones that you can find in the description down below, and this is really going to help you to get a better picture of where you should be at each scouting rank, how you should be stepping up, and how things in scouting change over time. So make sure to get that, because I think that resource will be really helpful for scouts who are just getting started on their journey and not sure of what they should be expecting with scouting overall. And then my tip number 2 is to work on scouting outside of scouting. Now, it might seem counterintuitive to do your scout stuff outside of scouting, but that's actually one of the best times to get some scout work done. By spending even just 20 minutes before a troop meeting or afterwards or during the week to work on some requirements, you're gonna make a ton of steady, consistent progress. Honestly, this is what made all of the difference when it came to my ranking up over time, and I know it'll make the difference for you too. Just know that if you finish 2 or 3 requirements each week consistently, you're gonna make steady progress towards Eagle rank and be much more likely to finish on time or even early. So there you have it. These are 2 really great tips for getting ahead in your advancement and making it so that ranking up in scouting isn't a struggle but just a natural progression. Alright, and now it's time for mistake number 3, not making the most of your scouting journey. Now, how do we make the most of our scouting journey? Well, believe it or not, scouting goes by quick, which is why it's so important to savor each and every exciting memory that we have with our troops. So make sure to create awesome memories with your buddies, try new things, and always be doing your best to become the best possible version of yourself. If you're not always trying to make the most of your scouting journey, you might miss out on some of the wonderful opportunities that you're presented with. So here are a few tips to make even more out of the fun time that you're having in scouting. Tip number 1 is, when in doubt, go to the event. You never know what kind of fun you'll be having, so always try your best to participate so that you don't miss out. To this day, I still regret missing some really fun troop activities because I was just feeling tired or unmotivated. The FOMO is real, so make sure to attend whenever you can. Plus, as a bonus tip, always try to go into things with a positive attitude. You're gonna have a much better time if you go into things thinking, oh, how can we have even more fun here? Ooh, I wonder what kind of memories we're gonna make in this time, versus, oh, I need to do this thing. It's a small difference, but just having a positive attitude right off the bat and trying to be infectious with your fellow scouts and get them to have an even better time is such a huge difference when it comes to making the most out of every event. So just stay positive and your fellow scouts are gonna catch on and have an even better time too as a result. My next tip is be a leader. Leadership is one of the most important skills we learn in scouting for the real world, and with your troop is the perfect time to practice that skill. While it may feel challenging at first, being a leader is definitely worth it, which is why it's so important to step up. So to take the first steps towards being a leader in your troop, make sure to check out the linked video over here and in the description down below. That'll really help you out. Leadership Tips 101. Third and final tip is to make sure to give back to your troop. Once you've gained some experience and knowledge, try to help shape the direction of your troop and give back to your fellow scouts. You have so much to offer. You should propose new activities, lead merit badge seminars, and just be the kind of scout that everyone wants to be like, just because they're leading by example and having a great time on all of the activities. The satisfaction you get from giving back to your troop is personally one of my favorite aspects of scouting, and it's super underrated, so make sure to not miss out on this and to really give back to your troop and get involved and just try to be the best person that you can be for your troop, because that is such a rewarding feeling and it'll help you out so much later on. Alright, so there you have it. Those are the 3 biggest mistakes that scouts make on their scouting journey, but not you because you watch this video. And if you're just starting out, I also have a great course helping scouts to take charge of their scouting journey and really get a handle on advancement, because that's usually the biggest challenge that scouts face early on. So be sure to check that out down below if you'd like more guidance and tools to help you out on your journey. And remember, scouting is what you make of it, so make it a point to step out of your comfort zone, make progress towards Eagle, and make just the most out of your scouting journey. Alright, so that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm trying to make a ton of great videos for scouts like you too. So if you have any video ideas or if you have any questions that you want answered, just leave them below in the comments and I'll try to make a video compiling all the answers to the most frequently asked questions. That one's on my list, so I will get to that soon. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week and some amazing experience with your troop coming up. I will catch you in the next video.